tuning in. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the power of social media, likes versus lives. Stay tuned and make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this video.
It's your time to renew, rebuild, and restore. Let's go.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Monday, guys. Welcome to the Rebirth. I'm your host, Shay Marriott, and joining me is
Corey. Hello. I'm back for another week.
Go Corey. Go
I just
Corey.
stayed in the studio,
Hey,
y'all. I
he
didn't even
just
leave.
stayed, he ain't leave.
It was great. It was great. I just stayed here. I just popped up.
What's up, the thinker?
What's going on?
Why they call you the thinker? Why do I call? Because I gave you.
Yeah, why do you call me the thinker?
I call you the thinker because I think that you have a lot to say, and you don't just say it. You think about what's coming out your mouth. So I respect that.
Okay.
You know how people they're just
To say something.
yeah. You don't. So you think about it, you take notes, you study it, you edit it, and then you give me your final paper. But no, that's why I call him. I call him
The final
thinker,
paper is
the
crazy.
final paper.
You know, it's funny. My mom started calling me that. She was like, "That girl Shay, she heard me call you that." I'm like, how would she hear you call me that?
I heard you, Mom.
Like, how did she hear you call me that? I said, no, she just started calling me that out of nowhere. She said, ain't that crazy? I said, yeah, that's crazy. But yeah. But you know what the notes and all of that stuff came from? Like, because I used to be like in meetings and people would just be like, Corey, like sometimes you have to plan. You can't just always rely on you just knowing. So then I just started like probably overdosed on it. Like, all right, well, let me make sure. You know what I mean? So yeah, but it's all good though. I like the name. It's cool.
It's all
Get
good.
a tattoo.
Yes. Oh,
Nah,
the thinker.
Nah.
So, I wanted to talk to you about. Have you seen this show? It's on Netflix, guys. I don't know if you watched this show yet.
No problem.
I binge watched it over the weekend. It's called. Oh man.
She'll give you a pop quiz and she just watched it. See how they do?
It's called Unlocked.
Have
It's
not.
on Netflix. It's called Unlocked, and it's a prison experiment. So it's a social experiment about prison,
Okay.
right? And this is actually taking place at a county jail.
Okay.
Correction.
Okay.
But it's called Unlocked, and it's taking place in Arkansas. I call it Arkansas. But in Arkansas,
where E from?
that's where E from.
Okay.
So I gotta find out if he's watching it. He might know some people up in there. No shade.
No shade.
No shade.
That
I'm
was
just
crazy.
saying. Little Rock, Arkansas is small, right? So you may know some of these people. However, it's on Netflix. It's called Unlocked. And what they're doing is the sheriff wanted to find out. He wanted to do a 6-week experiment on how, if they were to open the doors, the jail cells, and remove the deputies out of the jail cells, out of the jail, and just have them monitor over monitors, and let the inmates build their own community and run their own community. And they could do this for 6 weeks.
Okay.
Right? And during this 6 week, depending on how they do, there's extra freedom thrown in there.
Gotcha.
So maybe like after 2 weeks, they say you can use the phone for free 3 times a day.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right? And for some of those people, that's huge because they don't have money on their books to be able to make phone calls.
Not on the book, Shay. Money on the books.
Money on the books.
You know somebody in Arkansas. She's using the lingo.
Money on the books.
Money on the
Right.
books. Okay. All right.
And then I think the next one was what was the other freedom that they had? Anyway, it's really, really good.
Is there undercover cops in there or no?
So it's the people with the cameras are in there.
Got you. Okay.
But that's it.
Okay.
That's
okay.
it. And
So
then
these are everybody's an inmate.
everybody's an inmate.
Except for the camera. Okay.
Except for the camera people. And then of course the guards. But the guards are not in there anymore.
Got you.
They're
Right,
just
right, right.
watching them. And of course there's blind spots.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
there's
yeah.
things that they can't see.
Yeah.
But I found it very interesting because it was like you give people the opportunity. Here you are. You have this opportunity of freedom, more freedom than what you would have. To have the doors open, you can go in and out. Now, to some people, that may be dangerous,
for sure.
because they had the Crips in there, they had the Bloods. You know what I'm saying? People could get raped and all of that.
Yeah.
But the ideal was, if you guys work together, no matter what your differences are, and build a community, and have people use their right. So if you're a person that people go to listen to or whatever, you're going to do people are following.
Now, do they know this is happening, or is it?
No, they didn't know.
They don't know. Okay.
They didn't know, right? So I really enjoyed it because it studies human behavior.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. That's cool.
And so yeah, check it out. So if you have not seen it, check it out. It's called Unlocked. It's on Netflix. I think it's like 8 episodes.
All right, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, so that's what I did with my weekend. What did you do with yours?
Well,
I'm watching prison shows.
You're watching prison shows and putting money on books. What a therapist. But my sister had her a birthday dinner we went to, which was cool. So
happy birthday.
Yeah, some family came down, and we ate a lot of food, which is always a good part of my sister's a great cook. So like, she had all kinds of stuff. Some of the stuff she bought from like Caribbean food. Of course, she cooked some stuff, like, so it was cool. But it was a good time to just.
Can I get some oxtails and
do all
that?
Yeah.
Okay,
sis.
Yeah. Hey, sis.
But it was just good to be with family and just hang out and have a good time. And the weather was pretty decent for the most part. So
yes, I'm so ready for I'm ready.
I could tell.
I
could tell.
Yeah.
I be seeing the remodel that you did outside, and don't look like nobody else's yard. People hating. I'll just throw an egg over this. You know what I mean? Just
for years it was people doing that.
See what I'm saying?
Throwing eggs and oranges.
Really?
I have no idea. And in the back of our I think it was some kids.
Yeah, probably.
This was probably about 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were doing that.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, yeah, I know you ready.
I am. I am.
Cool.
So we have the Rebirth meetup coming up.
July 20th.
July 20th. Yes.
July 20th.
6 to 9, guys. Listen, we're going to have a great time. It's limited seats. So if you are not following us, make sure you follow us, because we will be sharing the information as time moves on, as it gets closer. But July 10th,
20th.
Why I keep
10 days
what is
later.
Going on July 10th? Something must be going on July 10th.
Something. Maybe God just saying.
No idea. July 20th.
July
I am
20th.
so sorry. July 20th, we will be doing Rebirth meetup. Now, this is very different than a Rebirth live. Okay, so this is going to be more up close and personal. There's only limited seats, so 40 people. We are inviting 40 people out to hang out with us on July 20th.
Yes.
Okay. So we are very excited about that.
Only 40.
Only 40.
Gonna interview y'all. Make sure you can get in.
Only 40. And it's gonna be casual, like, dress, come how you want to come. Yeah. So, and it will be an outdoor event, grown and sexy.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a good time. Again, that's July 20th, Rebirth meetup.
Awesome.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
All right.
Let's get it. So listen, the Thinker has an amazing topic for us tonight. What is it?
Yeah. So the power of social media, right? And how that shapes our lives, and how those things really put us in a chokehold, as people say nowadays, right? Social media is a big deal, right? And I think that it, we call it, likes or lives, right? Because everything is about quick validation, whether it's a like button or a heart, even to the point where you get the thumbs up or you want the heart. They have so much things, whether it's kids, but it also runs the grown people's lives as well. Big time. And I almost feel like we see more of us than we do the kids anymore. You know what I mean? And it's just because people are making money off of these and monetizing social media, and it's also about self-validation and quick validation, right? And sometimes people are putting up pictures just for people to like it, and if they don't have enough likes, they remove the picture, or you're used to seeing yourself and things like that. And I'm telling you, the reason why it really like the topic came up for me, right? Because over the last, I don't know, let me just say that 2024, it ain't even the last couple of weeks. It's just been wild, right? You think about what's going on, whether it's the election that's coming up in November, you think about what's going on with Trump versus Biden, you think about Israel and Palestine, you think about Diddy, you think about some of the things that have happened just in well, right now we have the Drake versus Kendrick and J. Cole.
It's Drake versus everybody at this point.
Yeah, they gang up on my boy.
And I know that's your boy. Everybody coming from him. What's the problem? I know that's a whole nother subject. But
yeah. Don't tap it into my sensitivity. But I don't like how they gang it up on my boy. It's crazy.
What's that? People, hey.
I guess
he's the person to go after at this point. That's what it is. He's been
number one. Think about it. My daughter's 20. She'll be 22 in August. Christian will be 19 in November. Drake has been on top since they were like 6 and 8 years old. Yeah. So he's been on a run for like 15 years, right? Yeah. And unfortunately for us and our community and our culture, we don't like that for too long. You know what I mean? Then we got to start poking at you and pricking at you, right? But not to get on a rant about my boy Drake, but there's so much going on in 2020. Then OJ just passed away. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And it just, you almost look like you're looking at the trial again through social media, right? And just the power of what that does to our minds and how it influences us and how it's it's social media for a reason, right? But it's part of media. People may not go to a CNN or ABC or watch TV for news. They go to social media for the news. And what that necessarily will do to your narrative and how you view things. Yeah. Right? 59 seconds, whatever, the time that it is to post a video or a clip could change your whole perspective. And if you're not looking in to go and deep dive into the story, right, or deep dive into what the situation is, you will walk away with either a negative opinion of something or a story or a positive one, but it may not necessarily be correct, right? Or somebody may post a song and you automatically like, oh man, what's she going through? Right. What he going through? Right. I just like the song.
Exactly. Or saying or
quote or a meme or a video. Right. So the power of social media has this really taken over, and it's been taken over. This is not just like 2024 stuff, but it's just getting, for me, it's like it's getting worse. Right. And people will use it as such a tool to manipulate and gain and impact your mind in the way you think about something. Right. And everybody has a platform. Right. Obviously, we're doing a podcast from a Rebirth perspective, but a lot of people are grabbing these mics and speaking on it. Whether it's everybody has a podcast, right? Or everybody's selling something, right? Or the algorithm will say, if you looked at a video for a certain amount of time, now that's flooding your timeline, right? And what was crazy to me, like, and I was, just a little bit research. Yeah, just a little bit. So you think about some of the top, well, not even the top, but just some of the social media platforms that are out there, right? You have Facebook, right? Which is long time Facebook. 2.8 billion members monthly, right? YouTube, right? 2 billion logged in monthly users. WhatsApp, I don't usually use that too much, but I guess people use that if you're traveling out of the country or internationally. 2 billion active users. Instagram, 1 billion active users. TikTok, 1 billion monthly active users. Twitter, right? 369 million, 396 million. And now it's went down, right? Since Elon took over and changed it to X, because it's not Twitter. We're not tweeting anymore. We're Xing. I don't know what that is. But
I never liked Twitter though.
You never liked Twitter?
Yeah, I couldn't get with Twitter.
Yeah, I just got back into Twitter since this whole Drake thing happened. Yeah, I'm just following everybody that's talking about it. And then also LinkedIn, which is a professional platform that people use for networking from a job perspective. 756 million active users, right? And that was from a couple years ago, but I'm sure it's grown, right? But think about the amount of people that flood that in all age groups daily.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And you know, I'm guilty, right? Like I wake up in the morning and I'll check social media just to see what's happening or something new, whether that be something real from a sports perspective or something in entertainment. And I'll check it, right? Or, you know, now that I work in the city, you know, I have this thing I do, like city shots, and I'll say good morning and I'll post a picture and play a song behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, it's just we're always in tune to it.
Yeah.
Always in tune to it. And I'm also, you know, I don't know if y'all ain't watching the Country Wayne thing. I'll be watching.
I mean, here and there.
Yeah.
I'll catch it, but I know you're a big fan.
Yeah, you ain't really watching here and there.
Did you watch his stand up?
I didn't like it. Oh, sorry, Country Wayne. I said it too fast. I like him. I think there was moments where it was funny, but I liked him in his skits more, right? It didn't keep my attention. Let me say that. It didn't keep my attention. Let me say that. But as we were like just really talking about how the power of social media, how many people are on it, everybody seems to be on it at this point. And I don't know if you can control it anymore, right? I think there's something like from your kids, and I feel like they're gonna get on it anyway. You can grab the phone, the tablets, they gonna find a way.
Yeah,
TV
for sure.
has social media apps
For
now.
sure. Yeah.
How do you feel about social media?
Oh yeah. So I am so tired of seeing cheeks. What? I'm tired of seeing cheeks. Like when I log on to Instagram, the first thing I see is it's cheeks.
You know the Megan Thee
The
Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion cheeks.
What about it? You got a problem with it?
Now if I got on there and the first thing you saw was cheeks, you gonna be like, yo, you gonna hold me accountable.
Like, Shay, what are you
Like,
doing?
what are you doing?
Come on, it's 9 o'clock. Wait till 10. What are you doing? Y'all early.
You be like, okay, now
That's the first time that's all you did this morning? You ain't go to the sauna? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm hold you accountable. Like, wait till
I'm trying to affect my Megan Thee Stallion challenge.
Jeez.
But all jokes aside,
Yeah.
I think that, well, how do I feel about social media? So as a business owner, I think that social media is great.
Yeah, for sure.
When it comes down to networking, connecting, promoting your business, growing it. I think it's good for advocacy, advocating, you know, those things are great. But then there's so many things about it that are not good. You know what I'm saying? And if you are already a person that struggles with your self-esteem or your image, you know, it's not good. Yeah. Because the ideal of what you're supposed to look like and all of that, if you're taking that off of social media, then you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think when it comes down to that, it's not good. I think, of course, we already know about cyberbullying. That's not good. I did not want social media. I'm gonna blame this on Eli.
Okay. Shout out to Eli.
I did not want to be on social media when it first came out. He's the one was just like, oh, you got to get on the book. You got to get on the book. And I'm like, well, what is the book? He's
not
like,
the book.
You got to get on the book. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. I didn't even want a cell phone. I promise you, I did not. That has nothing to do with my job. I did not want a cell phone because I did not want people to have access to me like that. Immediate access. I just didn't. I'm a private person. Yeah, okay. So I like disconnecting.
Okay.
And everybody, my sister knows, you know, people that reach out to me every day, they will mostly find my phone on Do Not Disturb. Right? And now wait a minute. In my defense, I'm usually in sessions. So I usually put it on Do Not Disturb. But when I need to break away, it's on Do Not Disturb. Whatever, Corey.
All right.
But social media is good when it's good, but it can be bad
when it's bad.
Yeah.
And I think you brought up a good point. I think with connecting and networking, they said, you know, from a research, the Pew Research Center says 72% of adults in the United States use at least one form of social media to facilitate connections and network opportunities, which is awesome, right? 74% of the news consumers get their news from one form of social media, which is scary,
Mhm.
right? You talk about business growth. 73% of marketers believe that the efforts that are put on social media are somewhat effective to very effective from their business growth, right? So I think
Yeah.
that's what it was intended for,
Mhm.
right? And I
Not
think those
cheeks.
not cheeks. Now, we have to protect the women, and if they have businesses that they're running, whether that be they could be personal trainers. I mean, obviously Megan's an artist.
Mhm.
It's art.
It's
Right? She dances.
It's art.
It's art.
Okay.
But I agree
I ain't
with you.
mad
I
at
think
her.
it's a lot. It's a lot. People that are not that are doing a lot. So you're right. It's a lot. Right? Which leads into some of the negative effects that social media may have on us from whether it's a relationship. Like
Yeah.
I don't at this point, there's nothing left. Swipe left, right, left. Okay. We can talk about go to bed with the moo on. No problem. Megan got me. Meg got me. Right? Meg got me. But that's true. And then I'm sure there's eye candy from women as well, right? But it also opens a level of access that may be too much for us as well.
I don't follow those type of channels.
Well, you
don't follow
you know what's
eye
crazy?
candy for ladies.
You don't have to. The fact that you knew the page, we got to monitor Shay's social media intake. So when she's disconnecting and not answering you,
What about what?
social media, right? For research purposes, of course. We read. That's the thing. All right, well, we're gonna go to commercial because they trip. I didn't even know that was a thing. But I think, but again, it gives you a level of access, right? And then what does that do for you? So like the thing that really got to me over the last couple weeks, obviously, the whole news thing, right? And I think that we will shape a narrative one way or the other, whether you agree with what's going on in Israel and Palestine, whether you're on one side, they're going to tell one side of the story, not the whole story, right? It bothered me that shout out to OJ for he passed away. Rest in peace to him. He passed away last week, and just the hell that they put him through again, based off of like he's gone, right? And people bringing up the trial and talking about it, and if you look at the comments, oh my God,
like Caitlyn Jenner that said good riddance.
Good riddance.
Caitlyn said good riddance.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know how death works?
Yeah, well,
and here's the thing. I know she was actively close to it based off of Chris and Kardashian and Rob and all these things, and I'm sure they were all in this friend circle. But to say that, and here's the thing: you post that and you walk away, and then millions react to that, right? You go on about your life, but that's how quick social media can impact a group of people, right? And it could drum up a lot of emotion,
absolutely,
and it could drum up a lot of reaction, right? So emotion and reaction could be so many different things. I could not like it, but now I have a problem.
Yeah.
And just based off of the struggle that she's already going through, based off of her lifestyle change, that could just drive a totally different level of direction towards her, based off of who she is and the things that she's saying. If you don't agree with it, and you gonna say that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then people brought up the accident that she was in,
right?
When she killed a couple people based off of that accident, and had to pay out a certain amount of money based off of the accident, right? So like all of these things are happening. Obviously, Diddy.
Which were two different. I mean,
True.
It was apples and oranges.
Very much so.
Two different things.
Very much so.
But like you said, social media has the power to make you or destroy you.
Yes.
How do you feel about people that get on social media? And if you are one of those people, I'm holding you accountable. If you don't like what I'm about to say, they get on social media and they just like bruh. They just
let it go.
Throw up on social media. All of their business, all of that. But then they be the same ones that say, stay on my business.
I wanted to tell you, but I didn't want you to have nothing to say about it.
Yes.
Right? Which is crazy.
Yes.
But again, but it also goes to a deeper problem, right? Because you want the validation of people to hear you. You want connection. You want somebody to listen with. You want attention.
Want attention?
You want uninterrupted conversation, because that's a lot of what that is, right?
Okay.
So you're doing a lot of those things because you definitely are going to post it and then look for people that are commenting or liking it or not liking it, right? So it calls a trickle down effect and a reaction.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Right. And that's people of all ages. That's also our kids, right? You think about how that drives a level of bullying. It drives violence, right? Because now you see it, now we fighting. A lot of the fights that are probably happening in our school system today are based off of things that happen on social media.
Absolutely.
Too much access.
Absolutely.
Right.
So here's the thing that some of the kids are doing today too. They make these pages for like each school where they would go on and they would post fights of people where they were recording fights, right? And sometimes the school have no idea until somebody let them know that there's a page for wherever your child goes to school at, and then eventually it may get shut down, but then they just create another one. Yeah. And when I tell you, it's how humiliating to put a fight on social media like that, or somebody getting beat up or jumped or snuck or whatever the case may be. This is where we are in the world. We laugh at stuff like that.
We like the trauma. We like the dramatics of it.
All of it. Drama.
We like it all, right? And
all of it.
And we have to post it. But it's also not even just the fights. You think about accidents, people that are getting robbed, anything that can happen. People pull out their phone first to record, and then maybe you either react or you don't react, right? Because you are addicted. And here's the thing: when you think about or when you listen to how these things are created, whether it's these platforms, right, whether it be Facebook, TikTok, some of these things, it's really based off of your level of attention that you drive to it. They know that algorithm is going to drive, I don't know what the toxins that comes out of your body that you're connected to it. It's all scientific, right? That's why you can get on TikTok. I don't know if y'all have TikTok, but like you could be on there for hours.
You know where?
TikTok.
Oh, TikTok. Yeah.
You can just beat.
Yeah.
Right. And it just goes, and how it just.
I like the dance challenges on TikTok.
Do you?
I do.
But not Megan's.
Okay.
I didn't.
I just said every time I open my Instagram, I see cheeks.
Oh, you did say that. You do say that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Why you laughing, Jen? I can twerk.
But I think it's just so crazy how it's really taken over our lives. And sometimes people will say that they need what they call a digital detox. You ever take a digital detox?
Oh, a fast. People be fasting from social media. They do the Daniel's fast, and they
Daniel.
We would change up some rules in a minute.
A fast from social media.
Social media.
Not said it.
Listen.
But social media, I'm gonna let it go.
What? I just caught that. I just caught that.
Listen, you ain't gonna see it.
So I have a message to put out there. I've already held some of my people accountable who does this.
Okay. Let's get it.
I need all my grown people, when you go on social media to take a picture, if you are, what age I'm going to give this? I'm going to give you 30.
Oh, you going to give it
I'm going to give you 30 plus.
Okay.
If you are 30 plus, please do not do this when you take a picture on social media.
Okay. The duck lips? That's what it is, the duck lips?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Leave it to the younger people. Leave it to me.
That's what you talking about? The duck lips?
The duck lips.
That's the thing?
Yes.
Might be
every picture. No. Stop.
Just smile.
If you are 30 and up, we should not be doing that.
Nah.
Stop it.
No,
Stop it. Leave
no-
it to the younger.
no duck lips.
No duck lips.
No duck lips. No duck lips. No duck lips. That's funny. That's
What do
funny.
you which social media platform do you use
The most?
most?
Instagram.
Instagram. Okay.
Yeah.
And that is because of
I think Instagram is well for me. It's less. I'm probably more in my stories than I am like posting actual
Mhm.
things on my
Mhm.
page. And just because it's quick and there's not a lot of
thought.
thought into
Mhm.
the Instagram piece, and there's
Okay.
there's limited comments. You know, if you're on Facebook, there's it just leaves it open. I mean, I guess you can turn the comments off, but like it's just a quick story and it's
Mhm.
over, right? And it goes
Mhm.
away in however many
24
hours,
hours,
and then
I
24
believe.
hours,
Yeah.
and then it's gone, and then that's it.
Yeah.
But I'm probably on probably definitely on Instagram more. I mean, I do Facebook a little bit, but that's probably more if there's like I'm on the Country Wayne series every day.
Yeah.
I'm probably on that. But yeah, it's definitely Instagram. How about you?
Well, the kids say Facebook is for old heads. That's what they
Okay.
say now.
Well, get off of it then.
I'd be like, well,
I mean, the old heads.
I'm right where I need to be then.
According to, I mean, I'm sure 2.8 billion people aren't all old heads.
Yay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Instagram and Facebook, and of course I'll jump on and I'll post for Rebirth, and then I'm usually that's pretty much what I do.
Okay.
You know, I'll go up and down a little bit. We'll send each other some stuff.
Mhm.
You know, check this out. What's your thoughts or whatever? But for the most part, I would say Instagram as well would probably be. You see more content out there,
Yeah.
Than you do Facebook. At least I do. But TikTok, I don't use a lot. I'll go on and do a video. I like to watch the dance challenges or
Okay.
whatever. LinkedIn, I don't even use LinkedIn because I'm not planning on
Yeah.
going anywhere, so
Yeah.
I don't even use that. My profile on there is very old.
Okay.
I am on Threads,
Okay.
and I'm still learning how to use that. So I usually just whatever I post on Instagram, I might share on Threads or whatever. But it's constantly growing. I
Yeah.
just don't nurture it as much as I do the other platforms. But I think Instagram and Facebook are my main ones.
And then you brought up a good point. I do use LinkedIn a lot, and what I realized, yes, it's networking professionally and things like that, but there's a lot of people that market their businesses on there too, right? So if you think about you just posting things for Rebirth or the show, people will grab onto that, and you will gain a different level of user or a different level of subscriber just based off of those content.
Oh wow. Okay.
So try it, because and
Yeah.
I say that because like I look at like Stephen A. Smith and a lot of those folks will post their videos on there too.
Uh-huh.
Gary Vee is always posting on LinkedIn a lot. So
Okay.
people are still advertising their businesses and their videos on there. Just as the video that we talked about last week, the 8-minute video, Simon
Yeah.
Sinek, he posts on there a lot, right? So he will
Hmm.
post those videos on there, and then it will grab professionals that are looking at LinkedIn, because people will look at LinkedIn as like the professional Facebook
Yeah.
without the garbage.
Okay.
And sometimes garbage will filter into that, but it's more grown up
Mhm.
conversations around whether it's profession, whether it's work,
Mhm.
things like that a lot. Sometimes politics will get in there a little bit, and people will be very like, get that out of here. That's not what this is for.
Okay.
But if you're advertising your business, if you're advertising some of the work that you're doing, you'll be surprised at the people that will reach out to you and say, hey, like I seen
Yeah.
this. What about? So
Okay.
try it. I would
I
say
would
try it.
definitely do. So maybe I should do a profile for just Rebirth.
Yeah, for sure.
and kind of go from there. So guys, if you are you're listening to the show right now, you have not liked, shared, or subscribed,
Look at
I
that.
need you to do that.
Power of
I need you
social
to do
media.
that right now. Also, put in the comments, what is your favorite platform?
Yes.
Social media platform. Which one do you use the most? Which one do you use the least? And what do you use it for? Do you use it for personal stuff or for business? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I know you talked about like some of the negative effects on social media that has, right? So you talked about, and I guess how does this affect your day job profession, right? You think
Mhm.
about cyberbullying, you think about
Mhm.
social comparisons or self-esteem issues that come across. They call it digital addiction. I'm sure that has to filter in a little bit when it comes to people that may be in seek of therapy, right? Because sometimes, like you talked about earlier, people vent on there, or
For
they
sure.
share too much on
For
there,
sure.
right?
For sure. I think too, some of the things that we have seen, we've actually seen people do some horrific things.
Yeah.
Right. Especially like on YouTube,
True.
Instagram. I mean, what was the kid in, I think it was in Pennsylvania. He decapitated.
Oh wow, I didn't see that.
His stepfather or somebody. His father decapitated. He was holding his head up.
Wow.
On YouTube live. This was live.
Unbelievable.
And so that's the scary part, right? I don't know if it's a thing where they have a couple seconds where they can, if there's something like that happens, they can hurry up and shut it down, or should it be like that if they don't have it, some type of delay or whatever. So those are the things that you've had people commit suicide on live feed on social media. And then now we are all hearing and seeing commercials about the TikTok ban. Yeah. So what we do know now is China, their algorithm is totally different than what ours are.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why aren't they, why can't we feed our kids the same thing that they're feeding theirs?
But it says a lot about us in the United States and the things that we entertain.
Yeah,
you know what
absolutely.
I mean? And partially so because we are always about tearing up and then building back up, or we're always about some of the drama and repeating history and some of the selfishness that we do here in America. So they manipulate our algorithm for the purpose of that they're using it for, right? Which is also scary.
Yeah,
which is also
for
scary.
sure. Social media has created a whole nother breed of narcissists.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
That is fact.
Yeah, it
right?
has. It has.
So
it has. And I think the other thing I read something when we were talking about the ban of TikTok, like how many, but it's also produced a lot of entrepreneurs. You think a lot of that,
absolutely,
you know what I mean? A lot of stuff that has happened since the pandemic, and people that are being laid off or losing their jobs or making career changes at all ages, right? So, well, the kids are growing up and they're just saying, hey, I'm opting to go do this versus going to school.
Yeah.
And they're profiting off of it, right?
Yeah.
Or people that are in the podcast generation, or folks that are saying, you know what, my career needs to change and I want to go do this. And they're making a living off of it, right? Which is awesome because it definitely empowers people to make that career change or make that side business or create that business for themselves. You know what I mean? And taking TikTok away is going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
If we don't create some type of deal with China to make a change for us to.
Do you think TikTok should be banned?
No.
Do you guys think TikTok should be banned? Put it in the chat.
No, I don't think so. I think the reason why we're doing it is 100% America. Okay. Do I think there's a reason for just some level of control? We have to be sensitive to what information that they're getting from us. Yes. But I think just like anything else, we want our piece. Yeah. Right. We want our piece of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like that, there's a little bit of a both in that to me. Do I think it should be banned? I don't. The reality of it is that we have to have more self-control and have to start policing ourselves for the things that we're doing. And the fact that we're not doing that and taking things away. Yeah, it's about accountability. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. Our government and the election are being run off of TikTok. Right? So or not TikTok, just social media in a whole, right?
Yeah.
We posting these videos and doing some of the things that we're doing. We use it for the positive reasons. But again, I think that we have to get into it and say we want to own it. There may be good reasons for what that is. But not to answer your question, I don't think it should be banned. No. For the good that's coming out of it, I don't think so. It should be banned.
So I have a question. So is there etiquette? Is there etiquette so far as using social media?
I'm
Do
sure
you
that-
think? Because right, so think about, some couples,
Huh.
right? And they be like, well, you heart her picture. Well, what does that mean? Because I would be in big trouble because I heart a lot.
Mhm.
And I don't look at it as I'm trying to, like, I'm hearting this because I'm trying to holler at you. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just, you know what I'm saying? So I had to pay attention to that. And I think I noticed that from either clients or either the younger generation. And they be like, well, he hearted. All you had to do was just like it. Why you had to heart it? And I'm
Yeah.
like, well,
That was a thing.
okay.
You know what I mean?
So, or just don't do nothing. You ain't got to do anything. Just look at it and keep going.
But it reveals a deeper issue, right? You may have
Right.
insecurities within yourself.
Absolutely.
'Cause I probably jumped out the window for a heart picture that my girl. Like, what are you doing? You know him, so it's not like you know what I mean. But to your mind, it's not about the heart. It says something different about your relationship. You know what I mean? Or people will say, "Oh, why you don't post me?"
Oh, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Why do I have to? And that's a thing. That's a thing for some people. That's a thing to say. Why you don't post me? That means you're trying to hide me, or you don't post me. That means you don't.
What if
you
I'm
don't
just a
love me.
private person? I don't want everybody. I want to save that for myself. I don't need to share everything with the world. I want to protect us
Not-
in our relationship.
Not a female saying that. Females don't say that. But okay,
Say it.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is like once you put your relationship on social media, you're
Mhm.
opening it up
Yep.
for something else.
Yep.
Right.
For sure.
And the conversation that
For
you have
sure.
to ask yourself is,
For sure.
why are you looking for the validation? Because I love you in real life. I see you in real life. We talk in real life.
Mhm.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're next to me right now. You know what I mean? But it needs to be validated to everybody else in the world. What is that? So
Yeah.
we need to kind of dig into what's the self-evaluation or
Yeah.
evaluation inside of the social media aspect of it, right? Like
Yeah.
what is that? So I tend to agree with you.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like I may share certain things on social media that's really like what I'm thinking or music. Most of the time, I mean, I post my kids here and there, right? But I think that for the most part, my relationship is a private thing for me.
Mhm.
And you have to say, like, if you see me out in the street as a couple, you know this is going on.
Mhm.
The power of social media makes it what?
Mhm.
And you have people breaking up over that.
Absolutely.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I just think that's
You have people in
interesting.
therapy for that.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
You imagine going to your therapist saying like she don't post me. That's why we paying Shay a copay because I don't post you.
Mhm.
No shot to you and your definitely job security for you. But like,
I didn't say any of my clients.
yeah, it may not be.
I just want to be clear about that.
But I'm sure people go to their therapist and be like, "Yo, guess what? Janet don't post me." Shut up, bro.
Just want to be clear. I was not talking about any of my
Yeah, like
clients,
I'm
but-
saying that, and I'm not a therapist, but like if you came in my office on some like, "Yo,
Yeah.
Bernadette ain't posted me."
Where are you getting these old school names?
I don't know. You know the young cats be like, "Are you talking about me?" Like, yeah, you gotta give like Bernadette. That might be like their middle name, Bernadette. Megan Bernadette Stallion.
Oh wow. Wow.
No, but I think that's real. People really go to
Yeah, for
war
sure.
over social media validation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's turned into such a big deal.
Mhm.
That's scary to me.
Yeah.
That's scary to me, and it's really a preference. And people that are into it, it's all good. But I think that it's a deeper conversation that needs to be had when it goes to that level. When we're willing to like argue over it, or we're willing to fight over it. Like
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
lot of things going on in this world that
Absolutely.
we kidding.
Absolutely.
But
So our takeaway, what are we leaving the people with? What are some things that they need to really think about when it comes down to social media?
I would say that you empower social media. Don't let social media empower you, right? And I think you use it for the tool that it's meant
Mhm.
for. And I think it's good for networking. It's good for sharing certain things if that's what you decide to do. But I think when it becomes an argument, or it becomes a thing where you can't seem to pull yourself away from it, when it comes a thing where you're like, just looked at my screen life and I've been on my phone for,
Oh yeah, because it'll tell you.
it'll tell you,
It'll
right?
tell you.
And that's when it becomes an issue. It becomes a distraction, right? So those, and here's the thing: there's nothing wrong with taking a social media break and saying, you know what, let me disconnect from it. Not because Daniel in January, but
Daniel.
yeah, not for the Daniel fast, but like you if you realize, like, you know what, like I'm not being as
Right.
productive as I can be, it's okay to disconnect from it, you know, and just figure out what works for you. But like, and do your research. Don't get all of your news from social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because a lot of that stuff, they be saying people dead and they not dead, y'all. They still be alive. But because social media said it, it's true.
Yeah, you gotta go to TMZ.
My mom,
If he ain't dead on TMZ, you
let me
ain't
tell
dead.
you something.
You know what I'm saying?
My mom be cracking me up. She done put so many people 6 feet under. She like, you know, such and such died. I said, Mom, no, they didn't. Yes, that's what it said on Instagram.
Your mom on Instagram? Shout out to your mom.
She not. She more on social media, but she don't be realizing sometimes she on Instagram. Like she be messaging me talking about, did you get my message? I said, did you text me? Yes, I text you. I look. She done hit me on Facebook. I'm like, Mom, you didn't text me. You sent me a message on, you know. But bless her heart. I love her to death. Bless her heart. So what I would say is anything that interrupts your everyday normal, right? If it interrupts what you're doing in your life every day, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but then some people may say, well, that's part of my routine. That is my everyday. But if it's preventing you from getting work done, from sleeping, from being engaged in your relationship, right? So I'm right here with you, but I'm on social media. Then that's a problem.
Yeah, for sure.
And we do have to learn how to put our phones down, according is me as well. But again, it's not a entertainment thing for me. If I'm on my phone, I'm usually working. Yeah. I'm usually working, or I'm doing, you know, it's something with work. I'm posting, and that's what it is when you're an entrepreneur. Yeah. You constantly have to, you know. So I think that is something to really think about. How is it affecting you? You know, or how much time you're spending on it? Are you getting things done? Yeah. Are you watching everybody else's dream and life go, and you're not working on your own? Or you're comparing. That's comparing. A big deal. That's a big deal. You're comparing. Such as is happy. Look at them. Yeah. Relationship goals. Right. Well, why didn't you take me here? Why didn't you propose to me this way? Or why didn't you? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And people are going to put everything that's good 100% out there on social media. It's only a handful that's going to give you the bad too, you know, because you got some that will put out there their bad stuff. But people, especially with relationships, there's always going to show what's going good in a relationship, and they're not going to show the bad. But no relationship is perfect. And when you're looking at social media, even when it comes down to body types, like I love when some of these girls go in there and they show their natural bodies, or they show that they have stretch marks, and it's not Photoshop. Yeah. Oh my God, we didn't even touch on this AI stuff. Y'all better stop with these AI photos. I know we wrapping up, but we got to touch on this really quick. Real quick. AI, Allen Iverson. Shout out to AI. Yeah, yes, got your statue. His own statue. Congratulations. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. But what do you think about these? Listen. Crazy. You know, they were talking again. I go back to the Drake and Kendrick thing. So they put, you know, obviously they're going back and forth and putting out songs about each other. And the first thing that Drake put out a song last week, and they had to verify whether it was him or AI.
because they couldn't tell the difference.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So it's getting to the
Wow.
place where people are literally taking your voice. Stephen A. Smith was talking about it. He was going for a business deal. I think it was with the NFL. Don't quote me on that. And
That's
they did a
scary.
video, AI, with him hosting the Super Bowl. He said, I wasn't even at the Super Bowl, bro. He said, but when I seen it, it was literally me commentating the Super Bowl as if I was there.
Crazy.
My likeness, my picture, my voice, it sounded like me, all of those things, right? And that's just powerful. But you're talking about like the pictures, right?
Yeah.
It you know, the profile pictures are becoming AI now.
Child.
Just like anything else, if used the correct way, it's a great tool, but it's also a scary thing because AI is also going to start to replace your jobs.
It's a setup, y'all.
You know what I mean?
Especially those that's out there dating. Listen, y'all.
Listen, a
Look.
prototype. Be
Listen,
home.
y'all need to look. I don't know what y'all need to do at this point because it's so much stuff out there that you don't even know what
Yeah,
you get.
for sure.
You
sure.
really do not know what you get. And I'll be
sure.
telling, listen, y'all need to see baby pictures from every development stage.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
need to see every age.
Yeah.
Make sure that this is what I'm receiving.
Yeah,
Because it's just,
yeah.
yeah.
It's horrible. It's
Yeah.
scary. It's
But
scary.
these AI photos are very interesting.
They are.
You know, I'm no shade. I'm just saying,
Mm.
like, at least use the ones that do look a
Like
little
you.
bit like you.
Yeah. You don't be looking like that.
Yeah. I'm curious as a man, because I know you've seen it.
Mm.
So you see a picture or somebody send you a picture, right? And it's like, this is why. And then you go and you see this person, you meet up with them. And it's just like, this ain't even like, how would you be pissed?
I'm gonna say something. Are you bugging?
Right.
Yeah, like I can't do it. But I'm definitely gonna go on like your social media and actually look at what you look like. And if all your pictures is like that, like I'm gonna say something. Like before I even meet, I'm like, why all your pictures look like plastic dolls? You don't really look like that. Like, send me a regular picture. Like, what do you normally look like? But yeah, I would be pissed. That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's I mean, but again,
Yeah.
the power of social media, you know, I don't know. It just takes us to a whole different level.
Catfish to a different level.
It definitely
What the
takes
hell?
catfish to a different level.
That's crazy.
Definitely. And you also have to be careful who you talking to, yo.
Yeah.
Like you have, like, especially now, like there's so many people that have friend requests and they're like literally sitting in that, still in the same friend
Yeah.
request box because I don't know you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And a lot of these people are scammers. A lot of people that are friend requesting you, or you know, or if they see your picture and they just decide and they want to reach out to you, whatever, it's like, hey, especially when you get the hello, how are you, or the wave. I don't even answer them no more because I already know where that's going.
The wave.
I already know where that's going, you know.
Man.
So it's just
Not
a
the
lot.
wave.
It's a lot going on. It's a
Wave.
lot going on social media. So be accountable.
Yes.
Be careful.
Digital detox is a thing.
Yep.
I've never taken one, but digital detox is a thing. And you know, again, don't let it overpower your life.
Mm-hmm.
When it starts to come up in your relationship and it's like an issue and it becomes a deal breaker, it's like something's going on.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Absolutely. So once again, we are in the season of renewing, rebuilding, and restoring. And in order to do all of these things, these are the conversations we have to have. We want to hold you accountable. We want to hold ourselves accountable, because when we're looking at rebirth, it's all about being able to rebuild that new version of yourself, right? So no matter what it is that you are going through in your life, there's always an opportunity to start over and to start again. Before we end tonight, and he didn't know I was going to do this. He did not know I was going to do this. So I may get a little pushback on it. But as you all know, Corey is someone that I highly respect and I hold dearly to my heart. And he actually has a new podcast that he's going to be starting and coming out with. And I would like for him to talk a little bit about his podcast and the name of his podcast so I can hold him accountable for his start date.
That's crazy.
And
Woo! yeah, thank you, Shay. That was
You're
sweet.
welcome. Yeah.
So my show is gonna it's crazy. There's gonna be called The Other Side of the Story, right? And I think the reason why I came up with that name is because I've always felt like there's always a story that doesn't get told, right? And I was when I thought about it, was really from the male's perspective, right? I think that we're the most, and when I say male, I'm not only talking about African American, I'm just men, period, right? We're the most underrepresented from an emotional, mental, conversational piece, right? A lot of the times we hold things in, we don't talk about it out loud, we just suffer in silence, right? And I think it's an opportunity for us as men, and really as people, because I've expanded it past that, it's just to tell the other side of the story, right? We talk about social media earlier and how it only shares one side, or you talk about maybe it's your divorce, or maybe you talk about your professional journey. What is the other side of that story, right? That doesn't necessarily get told, or the perspective that you want to be talked about or talked through, right? And I think that's really what it's about. So yeah, I all of the equipment, I wound up just buying all of the equipment, all of the stuff. I have it. Studio is in my house, right? And my date is the end of April. So we
Excuse me, when's the date?
The end of not the end of April. The first 2 weeks of May. The end of April. I'm like, we're in April, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So
All
the
right.
second week of May, we good. Second week of May.
Second week of May,
Yeah, second
guys.
week of May.
And
Second
where
week of
can we find your podcast?
We're gonna post it on social media. It sounds like a contradiction. But I'll build. I'm doing like a link tree.
Wherever you get your podcast,
Yeah,
you
we'll
will
have
be
it
able
everywhere.
to find
The other side of the story.
the-
And Shay's like my first episode.
you.
Yeah. So
You will be able to find the other side of the story. So wherever you get your podcast, guys, look out for this. This man right here, genius. He has a lot to share, a lot to talk about. So make sure you support him. Support him. Get behind
support
him.
me. Like she just did. Holding me accountable.
Love it.
Friendship from last week. Social media this week. You on me. But that's good though. I appreciate it.
Yes, you're
I appreciate
absolutely
it. I appreciate
welcome.
it.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to Boss Up. Thank you for holding me down, my love. Appreciate
Yes.
you. And we hope to see you guys July 20th at the
Got
Rebirth Meetup.
You got it.
And until then, have a blessed night. Thank you for sitting with me tonight.
It
Appreciate
was
it.
cool. I had a good time.
Good.
What a studio.
Other
Get a
side of the
pillow.
track.
I'm gonna be here.
Pull up.
Yeah, pull
First
up.
week of May.
Yeah, second week.
Second week of May.
Second week of May.
All right, guys.
You always
Have a good
have.
night.